Yo, yo, good morning, good morning. Sorry, guys. Forgot to unmute myself this morning. What's up, guys? Hold on. Whoa. Yeah, we got an echo here. We got a little bit of an echo there. There we go. That's better. All right. How's everybody doing this morning? Let's see what we have here today. I built a watch list already. We're actually having a lot of small cap gappers today, so small cap gappers, small cap runners, I should say. Um, and so it's not looking too bad out there. Let's see what we get. All right, so as you can see here, right now, we have FRAN gapping up from 340 up to 470. It doesn't look bad. I'll have to look up the catalyst behind that one. Same thing with VISL. This one's gapping up from 140, roughly just under 140 to 163. We also have ORN, which is gapping up from 378 to 415. We have YTRA gapping up from 388 to 460. We have in mid cap land, we have AMD gapping up slightly from 3385 to 3407. We have a SGEN, which is a little larger cap stock. We have QCOM gapping up from 7567 to 7925. CGC gapping up on low volume. Gonna look at the other cannabis plays just because CGC is up. We got Roku up. Roku's up to 112. Still super strong for Roku. Been in a little bit of an uptrend lately, and we'll see what happens with that one. VNE doesn't look bad, and so we got some options today. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of kind of penny stock gappers right now that we're gonna keep an eye on, and we'll see how that goes. You know, we have some options. How's everybody doing this morning? All right, I'm gonna go grab my headphones and my glasses. That's what I need to grab is my headphones and my glasses. So I'll be right back. Yeah, not a bad looking morning. Let me know if you guys see anything else that I didn't mention here. I already included my watch list in the chat. And just, yeah, let me know if you see anything that I didn't mention today. Tesla gapping up some. Tesla looks strong. And so, yeah. Not again. Love you. So here are my headphones. I got my headphones here. Let's see what. Okay, yeah, I got it. Alright. Yeah, I have battery on my headphones, so I'll make that work. Good morning, no work today. Let me drag this in this end. Good morning, no work today, so I can at least listen today while on my mini road trip. Nice, Tiny. Yeah, come join us, Tiny. That's awesome, though. A lot of hype on Snap. Let's see what we get. Snapchat. Yeah, I mean, I thought the hype kind of died down on Snap, really. I mean, huge red day yesterday relative to the normal range of Snap. You know, it was a big red day yesterday. Like, if you look at this, you can see this red day here for Snap, SNAP. It's up, you know, it's gapping up some now. It's gapping up 8 cents in pre-market. But, thank you. It's gapping up 8 cents in pre-market. But if you look how much it dropped yesterday, I mean, this thing dropped, what, 60 cents yesterday before everything was said and done. It dropped from 15.53 down to 14.90. So, a pretty significant drop for Snap yesterday. And so, yeah, it's up a little bit now, but who knows? And really, to get the full picture of Snap, you gotta kind of look at the 3-year chart. You know, it opened up at IPO to like at mid 29s, and then it just kind of slowly went down after that. At one point, Snap actually had, at one point, Snap had 14 trading days in a row that were all red. So it had 14 red days in a row at one point here. Look at this. 14 red days in a row. Just consistently red. As a short trader, I'd love to find a stock that does that right now. But, yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I mean, I'm not inherently short biased with this one. I think depending on what they do with their app, I mean, I think everybody kind of knows Snapchat and it's part of our culture in the US. And so I think that if it can build on its name recognition and actually have a useful app for once, then it could easily succeed. And so I'm not inherently short biased with that one, but you know, we'll see what happens. It's rebounded some in the last year for Snap. Let's see what else we have here today. Tesla looking strong. Oh, no stress, Tony. Hey, happy to have you here kind of today so you can listen. CPE. Yeah, I mean, Snap is just kind of, you know. Shout out to Trade Ideas, though. Trade Ideas is the reason I found most of these gappers this morning. So shout out to them. Best scanners in the game. I'll post that link if you want to check them out. Yeah, there's the scanners if anybody wants to go check those out. But yeah, we'll see what we get today. A lot of mid penny stocks. So I don't know if anybody caught the video. So I actually ended yesterday down, but I only ended it down $25 in gross profits. I'm sure it was 50 or so in net profits, but in gross profits, I ended it down only $25. And so I did rebound. One thing I'm learning, I don't know if you've been following along with the videos I've been uploading after the stream every day, but one thing I'm starting to learn about my trading is that I typically do much better attacking the range of certain stocks a little bit later in the morning. You know, that's something I've been noticing at least the last few days. Before that, my accuracy in the morning was pretty solid as well. But at least in the last, week or so, that kind of mid-morning range-bound play where I shorted at the top of the range and cover at the low of the day after it puts in a really obvious high a little bit earlier, that has been working consistently well. And It's one, if you watch the video I uploaded yesterday, you can kind of hear me call it out. I said, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 1880s with, which one did I trade yesterday? With, I have to remember what stock I traded yesterday. 1880s with, man, let me know if you remember. I can't remember the stock I traded yesterday. My memory's going out. Um, I don't think it was SQ. I think it was IQ is what it was. Yeah, it was IQ. So basically, I attacked that range with IQ, and I called out that 1880 level. And if you look at this level here, like if I bring the chart for IQ up, you can see the channel and the range that I mean. Like look at this range, and it's very obvious range. Um, and so I would just short it on these bounces and then just cover around these lows. And the level I kept calling out in the video before any of this happened was 1880. And so if you look here, 1880s. It's just, this is the level it pivoted back to, and that's the range I attack. And I think it's an obvious range, and it makes sense if you think about it. The risk reward can always be this top up here. And so if you get in around here, at least, like if you get in around the whole dollar, then your risk is like this, your risk reward is like this. So here's your entry, here's your risk, and then your reward level's down here. And so your risk is only, what is this, from 13 cents, about 10, 12 cents. And your reward is from here. So it's like 20, 22 cents. And so it's a 2-to-1 risk reward trade, and it's super accurate. It's accurate enough for me to call out yesterday and say, look, this is the level that I think it's going to come back to. And then it goes exactly back down to that level. Look, exactly down to 1880s before bouncing back up. Again, back down to 1880s. And so it worked well. I'll be right back. I gotta go tell my kids bye before they go to school. So I'll be right back, guys. I've been talking to myself again here. Again. I've been talking to myself again, man. I do this every day. Every day I forget to mute myself. Usually Mitch is there to kind of snap me out of it and get my mind right, but man, I do this every single day. I always I always leave it muted, and I never unmute it, man. I always I sit there and talk to myself at least 10 minutes every day. At least 10 minutes every day, I'm just sitting there talking to myself, just having combos with myself, man. Ugh. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing, man? I've been talking to myself for the last 5 minutes or so. BPTH is looking solid. I know Scott was talking about BPTH. It's looking solid. Big move yesterday. See if we can hold those gains. It looks good. Tesla looking good, and I think I mentioned it earlier, guys. Like, one thing that I really have to focus on today, I have to be honest with myself about how my trading has been specifically in the last 4 days. The last 4 days, if you've been watching the streams, my morning trades, my first trades in the morning, have not been extremely accurate. They have been pretty, bad trades. Not bad trades, they've just been bad results. Like I said, specifically the first few trades of the morning in between like 9:30 and 10 o'clock market time. So, excuse me. So yeah, I just have to be honest with myself about what is working, because if you watch the videos I upload after the stream, those late morning range bound plays have been working extremely well, and they've been ridiculously accurate. Like, if you watch, and I try, when I upload these videos after the stream, I try to be as transparent as possible so you can kind of see that I'm not faking them. And so I just try to let the whole thing run. And sometimes I'm talking too much, and sometimes those videos will go, like yesterday's went over 10 minutes. It was like 12 minutes. But I do that so you guys can see, like, that's really a trade I was in. And I make sure to show you guys my total P&L on the day so it doesn't look like I'm, like, faking anything. But yeah, those late morning range-bound plays have been working ridiculously well. And again, yesterday I attacked IQ, and the level I called out was just this low of the day at 1880. That pivot point, and this is the range you can see me attack. This is my risk, and this is my reward in the trade. And it's just ridiculously accurate. Really, the key to these, though, to kind of sound like Mitch a little bit, the key is for these is that you find a stock that puts in a really obvious high and then gets rejected back down to the bottom of the range. That's what I've been doing. So, like, if you look at IQ here, you can see this first move right here really got me interested in it. I traded it once prior to the last trade, and I lost about 15 bucks on it. But the trade I really went with was after this big move right here. Once it puts in this high right here and it gets rejected on the way down, I could risk off of that level all day. And super comfortable risk level off of that, in this case it was 1912, 1913. Because once it puts in that high and then gets rejected and looks super weak after that, then it's kind of putting in a head and shoulders, so to speak. And that indicates weakness in a lot of ways. And so again, once it gets rejected here, it puts in this high and then it gets rejected. Number one, I can risk off of that level all day, and it's a really obvious risk level, and I'm super comfortable while I'm in the trade because I know precisely where my risk is. And then number two, I can short it on any subsequent bounces, and again, it kind of looks like a head and shoulders, and the only thing I'm trying to take advantage of is this range, this pivot back down to the bottom here. And I'm trying to get out, if it breaks that range at the bottom, great. I make a much larger gain. But that's not the goal. The goal is just to ride it down to the bottom of that range. And so I hope that kind of makes sense. That's really what I've been attacking lately, and that's been my most successful strategy, so to speak, as of late. So hope that makes sense. All right, so just drag this over here. And so yeah, like what we do here at Beginner Trading, like we're not trying to be experts or gurus or anything like that. I'm just trying to show you guys what works for me. And like I said, what hasn't been working, what has not been working is the first few fades of the day. That just has not been working. Maybe I'll look for some bounces. It depends on what the SPY does. But yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. Yo, yo. You guys tell me what's better. I might have a little bit better lighting in here. Tell me what's better. Like my wife bought a bunch of new lamps. So my house is finished painting, guys. You guys want to see my house right now? It's a little messy, but my house is done. Check it out. They painted the blue. You see the blue over there? And this is my little office area. But yeah, you see the blue on the side of the walls? You know, if you look in there, my living room, slightly, you can see all this stuff. But yeah, we finished painting finally. Took a while, but we got it done. So let me get this back to where it was. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. I can have my house back. It's been like a week. I've had to live in one room for like a week in my house with my kids had their rooms, but basically for a few days, my wife and I had one room and my kids had another. So we literally had to share two rooms here. So yeah, it's finally done. I appreciate it, Scott. Thanks, man. Yeah, I like the blue. My wife picked out the colors. I'm terrible with matching and colors in general. I have to ask my wife what matches when I get dressed. So, all right, let me see. Let me pull this over to the left a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to go try to turn these lights on in the back so we get a little bit better lights. That might be okay, actually. Just trying to figure out what works the best with lighting. New here, can you please tell me what kind of strategies you all follow, day trading, penny stocks, or options? I think we're kind of a mixed bag here. I think I know I typically attack VWAP strategies, range bound VWAP strategies, not necessarily momentum as much. Some momentum, it just depends. Mitch is very similar to me, but sometimes I will buy some options. Mostly put options on overextended penny stocks. Is what I kind of attack. It's kind of my niche in trading. Still, though, I've been trading for years, traded a lot of different strategies, and so, we've got a lot of good content on lots of different strategies. And basically, the way we trade, at least, is that, or the way we kind of believe our mentality with trading is just a testing mentality. And so, different strategies, a lot of people will say these strategies don't work, or this strategy doesn't work, or so and so. But really, different strategies are going to work better with different stocks. And a lot of times, traders might be attacking the correct strategies for their personality, so to speak, but they're attacking the wrong stocks with that strategy. And so the way to kind of figure out what works for you as a trader is to just back test and really learn certain stocks. Like me, I typically like to attack cannabis and microchip stocks with VWAP fades and bounces. So VWAP strategies with cannabis and microchip stocks. The reason for that is because those two sectors typically pick trends and maintain trends a little bit in a more solid way, so to speak. And so they make more sense for my strategies. Now, where if I attacked, I don't know, if I attacked Apple or something else with those strategies, I don't know if they would work. And so part of trading is not just learning the right strategy for you, it's learning the right stocks for you. I know a lot of people trade penny stocks, and there's some penny stock strategies that work. I think if you're going to trade penny stocks, though, you got to trade momentum scalping-based strategies. I mean, I guess you could try to short overextended penny plays like I do, but I think the the most beginner-friendly penny stock patterns are momentum-based scalping strategies, and you're gonna have to use hotkeys, and yeah, you're gonna have to use hotkeys. You're gonna have to be quick. Yeah, red to green. Honestly, sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, now my voice comes out. All right, so yeah, red to green moves are typically one of the higher accuracy setups with penny plays and with normal plays. Like I was looking at red to green moves on some of the cannabis plays yesterday, and I was just looking back on the previous chart, and those strategies are actually super accurate. Red to green moves specifically, super accurate. And they're especially accurate if you scalp those moves. Like if you just jump in and you take 5 or 10 cents and then you're done. Very similar to the moving average crossover strategy. Very similar thing. And really, if you can catch a moving average crossover while it's pulling a red to green move, the accuracy just skyrockets. And so that's what kind of trading is just finding what works. And red to green moves as well. I'm on that train too, man. I think those work exceptionally well, especially if you can find the right stock for those. And, especially if you treat it with a very strict scalping style where you're jumping in for 5 to 10 cents and then you're out. I know that it's going to be tempting to hold it up because sometimes red to green moves turn parabolic, especially with penny stocks. But I think the more reliable, more accurate way to trade it is just to scalp it really quickly. And I think that makes the most sense for me. But it may be different for everybody else who knows. What's up, man? Yo, yo.
Oh,
What's up, brother? I'm back at my desk, man. I'm back at my desk, dude.
hey,
No more playroom for me, man. I'm back at my desk. I can,
no more playing, man.
no more playroom, no more stuffed animals in the background, man. I'm back at my house. Or I'm back at
Oh,
my desk in my front room now in my house. I showed the paint. I don't want to mess up my camera again. But my house is done painting. The painters are gone. I can just chill now and work and not stress
no more
sitting around.
birds.
Yeah. Hey, birds are gone, man. Honestly, I miss the birds from Michigan, though. I really miss the birds. I'm going to be putting out and uploading a vlog from Michigan. It's a cool vlog um, of my Michigan trip. I'm going to be uploading that. Maybe today. I'm almost finished. I want to find 1 or 2 more clips to add to it, but I'm almost finished with it. I might upload that thing today. Cool
All
vlog.
right, this is one to watch. I seen it on the Down Gap. Levi's showing up on there. It's been pretty. Got hit last couple of days.
Oh, man, that coffee tastes good, man.
Yeah, that good stuff.
Yeah, man, I bought some new coffee. Honestly, when you just get like a good sip of coffee and it's like super strong? Those
Oh yeah, especially when it's brand new.
right.
Has that nice.
New coffee taste, man.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm looking at Levi. Levi looks weak. I mean, I think it might actually bounce back some. It just depends. If it breaks under 1915, it could get super weak. But I think a lot of times with big gap downs like this, a lot of times they're gonna bounce back some at least originally at the open. A lot of times what I'll see with gap downs like this is they'll bounce back at first. Sometimes they'll pull red to green moves, but then they'll kind of slowly come back down depending on what the overall long term trend is on the stock. But yeah, I was telling everybody earlier, Mitch, the morning plays haven't been working well. I don't know if you saw the video I uploaded yesterday, but those range bound moves, man, specifically late morning range bound moves after the stock puts in a super obvious high, those have been working really, really well. And so
Always.
I need to kind of scale down for that first move. For the at least the last week hasn't been great for those first few moves in the morning. And so I think I need to scale down um, a little bit for those first moves, and then really attack those second moves like I've been doing. Maybe keep the stream going a little bit longer so I can attack those moves. And that's kind of my plan today, at least. I do want to scale up in sizing. I was talking to Mitch about it yesterday. I do want to use a little bit larger sizing. Let's see what my account is at. My account's at 190 or so in profits. So yeah, yesterday I lost about $30 after commissions, but that's fine. That's fine. It would have been like $100 and something loss, so I did uh, mitigate some of that risk.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, I've been working trying to get my way back up. I'm still a little bit down in this account, about 600. Just trying to work my way to trying to take some bigger swings and really get some good profit from this account. I think I've had multiple times where I could have taken about $500, $600, but need to get up there to more of $1,000, $2,000 gains so we can pull this out for July.
Yeah, man. I think especially with how big of sizing you take. I think $600 down in that account is nothing. I think you can come back from that in a few days if you
Yeah.
have put a good streak in. So I think just don't let it. I know you typically don't, but just don't let it get to you too much. Just take it slow. You got this, man. You know.
Without a doubt. I mean, that's why I have a student account. I think one of the biggest things that traders go through is the struggle of kind of getting through a starter account. Starter accounts usually have a lot of pressure on them. Reason why it's such small capital that a couple of bad decisions usually end the account for you.
Yep.
And so I think at the student level, you definitely have that room to kind of swing back and forth and stay in the live market so that you can get the experience you need to actually kind of get that good wave. John and I talk about trading that it comes in waves. Sometimes you're going to have that high wave, sometimes you're going to have that low wave. And you have to have the ability and skill level to stick to your system so that it gets you through the inconsistencies of trading and gets you that consistent profit.
Right. 100%. And like I could even show you guys like, let me upload my graph here.
Oh, look at that one. CODI. That one's interesting. I don't know if it's tradable for us, but yeah, it is.
But yeah, you can look here. I could show you guys. So this is, I think I showed you yesterday, but this is how you upload your stats. So you go to historical data. I don't know if you can see this.
Look at that one right now. I gotta watch this today.
Which one?
That's CODI.
Here, I'll check it out. Hold on one second.
Find out the news.
So you go to historical data, trades, and then that, and then I want to upload yesterday's since today's not going to show up. So 16. You go to filter, export, John, yesterday is what I'll name that thing. And then you go to trader view here. Let me get this out the way. There we go. And so then you just go to trader view here, and you go to import trades, choose file, quick, John yesterday, upload, refresh, and you can see, a little bit of a slump yesterday. Like I said, end of the day down 24.50 before commissions, but much more after that. But yeah, like this is my graph. You can see sometimes I'll have really good a solid few weeks where I just have gain after gain, and then sometimes it'll be like the week of the 17th where it's just dip, small bounce back, bigger dip, small bounce back, and then eventually you just make a big spike and you get some profit up there. And so that's the natural kind of progression of trading. And we got a lot of good classes on the mental aspect of it, and a lot of it is for sure mental. So it's just about kind of staying in the game, not risking too much of your mental capital, so to speak, and really just trying to get in the zone with it. What did you say, CODI? It is tradable, you said?
Yeah, it is tradable. It's a low volume stock, but keep an eye on it just because the daily chart is that good.
Yep.
When you see that triple reject off of 20 and then that down move, all you really need to do is see the support break this 1890, and this could head down all the way down to 1750 today.
Thank you.
I'll just keep it on watch. It's not a top watch, but it's a stock that if I see the right pattern, I'll try to attack.
Right. For sure.
John talks about it. Sometimes I'll trade lower volume stocks, but the only way I trade them and I speak about it a lot, is if it's setting up perfectly, geometrically, volume coming in on the right side, and then I'll take a shot, because as long as the risk to reward is there, and I have, let's say, a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1 or sometimes even 6-to-1 opportunity, I have no problem taking those trades, because when they go right for me, they give me an ability to just be about 40% accurate for the week, and that's 6-to-1 return gives me that good leap forward, and I'm able to have a good positive week.
For sure. And it's all about finding what works for you, man. Sometimes it's something that traders have to understand is that sometimes you just got to figure out you got to figure out what works for you, and then once you figure that out, you're good. You just got to continue to attack it and keep making it work. But fly eating my
Yeah.
coffee.
I think today's gonna be a fun day. Big price target to watch on the SPY is gonna be the breakdown of 299.50. If we can break down 299.50, I feel like we're gonna have a good pullback day in a lot of stocks, and we can look for stocks that are up on the daily chart and could have a good pullback. One of those is AMD. We'll be watching that one. Uh, Another stock, we'll be looking at AMAT, stocks like that, JD, Square. They have a tendency to run with the market. Um, if the market gets a big pullback here today, I think we could see a big pullback in Square. So I'll definitely be keeping Square on watch. It's going to be a big part of that 299.50.
Yeah. Square. I like the way Square. You and I both attacked Square. Not yesterday. I think it was Monday. Um, and Square will put in some really solid range bound moves as well. Once it just has to get in that kind of rangy kind of mode where it kind of picks a specific trend and then stays with it. And again, it's something that like the way that mission I trade. A lot of times what works the best is actually stocks that pick trends and maintain in those trends. And that may sound kind of obvious, but stocks that really maintain in certain trends, like below the VWAP or above the VWAP, because when they pivot back to the VWAP, we can just attack, and that's what we try to do, and that's what we take advantage of. And so it's a really technical analysis trading, it really takes time to learn what works. And a lot of time what works is these little nuances in the market that happen consistently over and over and over again. A lot of people are going to say that trading is impossible to do successfully, or that day trading specifically is impossible to be successful over the long term. But it's really just about finding these little nuances in the market that happen consistently over and over and over again, and just attacking those and just taking advantage of those, and having a risk reward system in place for that to be able to attack that and kind of keep yourself protected, so to speak. And like that's all it really is. People could say it doesn't work, but if you look at a stock get rejected at the same spot 5 times, the chances of that happening randomly over and over and over again are pretty low. And I think if you're being objective, I think most people can see that. I think a lot of times people just lose money in trading, and so again, I think the tale of a new trader is deposit $2,000, lose that, give up trading, and then say it's rigged and say it's impossible, and that's very common tale. What's Bitcoin at today? What's up, Relentless? What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Cody is about to bounce. Yeah, maybe. Sogo. All my scanners here. You remember Sogo? Small range. But yeah, main watches today are Tesla. Gonna keep an eye on Tesla. Tesla's been pretty rangy. I don't hate that one. AVRO. Tesla AVRO. AMD as always. CRON. And what was the other one? QCOM. QCOM's for sure. QCOM's one of my main watches. So QCOM, FOSL, maybe. So yeah, let me know what your main watch is in the chat. Let me know. Hit us up. Let us know. CBBT. Let me look that one up. Yeah, too much of a penny stock for me. It's a little bit too cheap. Just a little bit too OTC for me. Look at T-Mobile. SINA. Let's look up some news. That's what we should do. Let's look up some news. It looks like the SPY is down. Technically, the SPY is down. Basically, almost exactly break even, though, for the SPY. So let's go ahead and look up some news. We'll break some stuff down here. Sorry, let me get this out the way. All right, so U.S. stock futures. Here, let me get this mic a little bit closer. So I actually bought an ARM. I know my volume's probably much better now. I actually bought an ARM that I could use that should come in tomorrow. But U.S. stock futures point to slight gains. Stocks have struggled to find direction in recent days after hitting record highs, and the Dow is set to rise almost 40 points or 0.1%. The Nasdaq could jump 0.3%, while the S&P 500 is tracking up at 0.2%. European markets.
All right, got my video to work.
Nice, man. Your video's up. European markets. European markets opened broadly lower. Britain's FTSE 100 lost 0.2%. Germany DAX fell slightly in early trading, and the Dow closed at 0.1% yesterday. So yeah, this must have been a little bit earlier because at this point the market's down. But yeah, this was an hour ago. Let me see if I can find a more recent one. Because now you can see the market kind of turned a little bit. But yeah, so let's look up some news here now. So the first one we can look up is FRAN. FRAN, penny stocks. Really nice gap up here, really strong. Maybe I'm gonna look for an option play on this one, depending on if it's they have some put options, is what I'm kind of looking at. But this one is gapping up because Cross River Capital Management disclosed a 20.3% stake in FRAN. And so a large fund disclosed a pretty big 20% stake in FRAN. And so we'll see what happens with that one. Also, that previous news that I went over was from CNBC. Another one I'm looking at is YTRA. YTRA with a strong gap up here on this bottom chart for YTRA. EBIX announced it will acquire YTRA. So it's an acquisition for YTRA. We'll see where that one goes. We also have VISL, which gapped up and then came right back down. We could look up this one for VISL, some of these penny plays. So they announced that they closed a $12 million offering and paid off the convertible debt ahead of schedule for VISL. So kind of good and bad news for that one. NLS, ORN. is the last one we'll probably look at. Let me know if you guys want me to look at anything else specifically. Oh, I'm gonna look at QCOM. I think it's probably earnings, but the company announced contract awards totaling approximately 52 million for ORN. So we'll see what happens with that one. And then QCOM, one of my main watches for sure here. QCOM. Yeah, I think we got Mitch up, huh? Yeah. Let me see.
What's up? What's up?
Yo, yo.
What's going on,
What's up, bro?
traders? How we doing?
Let me,
Hanging out. Hendrix taking a nap.
yeah, you see, Mitch has a stream companion. I wish I had one. You know.
He hangs out for sure.
Look, there we go.
Well,
We got Mitch here too.
hey, sometimes you got to get rid of him though. Sometimes he's in the way, and I'm just like, yo, come
Get
on,
out of the way,
Hendrix.
man. Yeah, man. All right, so QCOM, last one I'm gonna look up. Yeah, man, my wife's allergic to everything. The only way we would ever be able to get an animal is if she took allergy shots, which it might be more. I really want a dog. I think my kids need a dog. They need. Every kid should have a dog, I think. All right, so court filing reportedly showed the U.S. Department of Justice has asked for a federal appeals court to pause the imposition of antitrust ruling against the company for QCOM. And so that's good news for it for sure. And it's really showing with this gap up. It's gapping up from 75.60s up to 78.65. And so we'll see what happens with that one. Let's see what else we get. Let me know if you guys want me to look at anything else with news. Yeah, we've tried to get a hypoallergenic dog. We had a Norwich Terrier and a poodle. When my wife was pregnant with my son, we actually got a Norwich Terrier, which is supposed to be hypoallergenic. The issue with it, though, like the big problem with that is like some dogs are hypoallergenic. Like, and all hypoallergenic means is that they don't actually shed as much. But the problem is actually the saliva. You know, the saliva is actually what my wife's allergic to, and what most people with asthma are allergic to is the saliva, actually. And so you can't really get rid of a dog's going to have saliva. A cat's going to have saliva as well. And so that's the issue. It's just, it's not the hair necessarily. It's the danter, the saliva is what it is.
All right, guys. I normally am not an earnings play kind of guy, but I'm going to be watching some earnings play today just because I feel like we could get some kind of big hits. And if we are going to get a hit in the SPY, it could come because of these earning plays in the big banks. Bank of America, JP Morgan, these are the ones I'm going to be watching to see what's going to go on. We built up a lot of resistance at that 29 whole dollar mark. And so I'm trying to see if this is going to hold to the market, kind of hold this downtrend, and then just completely flip towards that 28.80, knock down to the 28.60, come back, and then I'd look to get in.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, PGR, somebody's talking about PGR. PGR maybe for a bounce. The problem is that it's so low range, or it's so big range and so low volume that I don't know. We'll see. Which one were you talking about, Mitch? My bad.
I'm talking Bank of America, the earnings play of the day.
Turning 2D scans into 3D renderings. The computing power.
Hey man, turn that off, bro. Turn that off, man.
You could hear that?
Yeah, man.
My bad, bro. I forgot it's on shared computer sound too. Normally don't even have anything on there. There you go. Now you shouldn't hear anything. Let me know if you hear anything.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, I can't hear it now. You're fine.
Okay.
I think we'll be all right. I don't think they're gonna get weird over that. I don't think.
Nah, it was really short and it wasn't anything earlier.
Yeah, for sure. What's the symbol for Bank of America?
BAC. I'm just trying to catch a little news before the open here.
Let me see. Yeah, BAC is at least it's moving some. It does have some big volume. What's up, Advanced? BAC, nice pocket, 2870s. Yeah, I mean, like Mitch said yesterday, I don't really like to attack these bank stocks. I don't know why. I don't have good results with bank stocks, But no, like we should be fine, Mitch. Yeah, don't stress about it. We'll be alright.
Yeah, we'll be good.
But I don't really attack the bank stocks. I guess in my mind, I think they just get manipulated a little bit too much for me to feel for me to think they're actually like reliable. You know what I mean? And so bank stocks, I just don't know if I'm down with them. It's just like I said earlier. I think you kind of have to find what stocks work the best for your strategies, and I just don't know if BOA is or Bank of America is. Like you can see, it faked out a fade yesterday. Let me look back. I mean, I don't know. The day before was pretty nice, rangy. The day before that, choppy. Day before that, a little choppy at the open. Yeah, I mean, it's just not. I mean, a few days it worked. I'll have to look. I guess sometimes you get comfortable with certain stocks. I just haven't gotten comfortable yet with any bank stocks. Yeah, I could hear that too. I think, wherever that was coming from. ABT. Yeah, let's check those out. All right, guys, we got a little bit over 5 minutes left. Yeah, look at ABT, actually. Yeah, appreciate that one. I actually don't mind ABT. A pretty big range stock. Look at this one. I took up the news, but look at this spike here for ABT. So we're getting actually a big spike right now for it. So it looks like this was earnings, I guess. I'm getting it's spiking up big right now, but I'm not seeing any recent news for it. Does anybody know the news for ABT? Let me know. So it's up after the second quarter earnings beat estimates, and it raised its full year profit and organic sales forecast, and that is from Dow Jones Newswires. So, we got some, earnings beat for ABT, but we're getting a big volume spike in specifically the last, 2 minutes or so. So, trying to figure out what's causing that. But I'll for sure watch that one too. But yeah, so we got about 4 minutes left. Let me go ahead and get everything rolling here. All right. All right, guys. I'm still looking on Snap on a fade from 1470 CGCs from 35 to 24 and AMD from 3370s to 3250s. Those are some big fades, though. I'm more of a short-term fader, you know what I mean? I mostly look to trade some short-term type of plays a little bit more often, is what I typically like to do. So yeah, we'll see what we get here. Yeah, but look at ABT still spiking up here. So we got about 3 minutes left, guys. Let's see what else we have. Gonna watch AMD as always, but ABT's looking strong. QCOM. So yeah, like my main ones on my watch list are like Tesla. See if we can attack some range bound. Again, I'm gonna take it a little bit slower at first at the open, and maybe I'll let the stream go on a little bit longer. CGC. Maybe I'll look at CGC instead of AMD here. And then SQ, Roku. And maybe the rest of the cannabis plays. And then Snap. Some people talking about Snap. We'll see what we get here. Yeah, I mean, I've got so much buying power though, so it doesn't matter how expensive Tesla is. And plus, if I do buy Tesla, it's gonna be like 50 shares because it has such a large range. I'm looking at the stream now, especially when I have these charts up. It's a little dark on my end now. So I'm going to try to turn some lights on behind me. So I'll be right back.
Get you that ring light, man. Yeah, the little ring light helps. Look how white that is. It's just kind of, well, I have the stand, and then it has like it's just a ring LED, and so it lights up like the area around you, gives you a good light up for your face, and you can change the kind of the brightness on it. I have it at white, like just straight white light, but you can like lower the temperature so that your face doesn't look. I could look a little tanner, you know, or I can turn up. Yeah, so you might need the actual like the warm light. But this thing can get really bright, and then there's white. Yeah, there's white. There's the warmness.
Ah, there we go. So you think I should close the light behind me? I don't know. Or the
Let's
window
see.
behind me?
Let me take a look.
I got the window behind me. I could close it, but
Nah, that's helping you.
yeah, that's what I figured. It's just more light. All right, guys, we got 10 seconds, so let's do this.
Yeah, that's helping you. I see it.
All
You're
right.
good to go.
Here we go, guys.
What's up, man? Hendrix saying hi, everybody. He's ready for it.
What's up, man? Let me get my computer screen a little bit better there. That's better. All right.
There's that move that I was expecting for AMD. Quick down move there. Spike back up.
There we go. All right, so let's see what we get. CGC dropping. Like I said, I'm going to take it a little bit slower first thing in the morning today. Just because specifically those late morning range plays have been working well, and I'm just going to keep attacking what works. You know what I mean? I think I'd be crazy if I didn't, and so I just got to keep doing what works. Let me squeeze Mitch in here, see if I can... That didn't work. Whoa, what have I done? There we go. All right, CGC, look for a fade. I don't know what I did with Mitch. I'm trying to...
No worries. If anything, just leave it alone.
Okay.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm looking at Tesla and CGC. They're both dropping. They look halfway decent here for fades. And so we got Tesla, CGC dropping.
No lie, I was about to short that AMD spike to 3410s, but it just was a tight range. Would have been really good short. Should try to take it there.
Look at Snap.
I had that feeling today. I should have just gone with my instinct. I had that feeling AMD was going to wash out at the open. Would have been a good trade there off 3410s, 3409s. I'm definitely seeing some ramp up with ACB. ACB, you can look for VWAP bounce. Also in Cron, seeing that strength.
Yeah.
Maybe a red to green move with CGC.
Yeah. I mean,
but man, AMD there. That was easy 20 cents there. Had that view all morning long. Should have nailed that.
I'm looking at CGC. It kind of sets up for a fade, but the issue is the risk reward for it. It's just too squeeze-ish.
Little upsetting there. Missed that.
Snap doesn't look bad. We also got, there goes CGC. Like I said, CGC, especially with Cron pushing up like it is, I think CGC is just too squeezy right now.
Yep, that's why I was saying red to green move on that one.
Yeah, it's got to break 3610 and then hold that level, but I like it for there as well, I think. Snap is up there to the VWAP. Let me see. We're getting a lot of drops and then subsequent bounces back. trying to get this camera to get better lighting, but whatever. All right, so yeah, so there goes CGC. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go grab something for my wife.
All right, guys, looking at EMPH here. EMPH. All right, just gonna take a starter there. Got a bad fill there, but looking to get filled a little bit up there. 48s, 45s. Definitely a bad fill there. Should have taken the 41s. All right, guys, now in there full size here. Got to hold off that 2050 level. All right, guys. Other than that, I'm seeing CGC looking good for VWAP bounce play. Also ACB. Kron looking for a bounce play. What else do we see out there?
Tesla for a fade, maybe?
AMD back up to that 3410.
Yep. I'm telling you, fades have been faking out lately a ton. Like, look at the fake out on AMD, fake out on, not really on CGC, because we kind of both saw the squeeze potential, but Tesla. The SPY just took a dive, though. SPY just washed out quick and broke lows of the day here, guys. So the SPY just took a dive.
See that.
Just a big dive, too. Like, this is a massive drop. It's not a huge drop. It's a quick drop, I should say. It's not massive. It's just a very fast drop. So it just
that 299.50. That's what we need to see break to really give us that trend.
Right.
I called it out pre-market for a reason. It's going to be a very, very important spot for the stock. There you go. Good wash out there for me.
Yeah, I was going to look for a VWAP bounce for AMD. I did like that one. But I'm just going to wait and try to get that little range-bound move that I've been waiting on. Because right now, like, I could look at AMD. That's the only one I'm really looking at. Or CGC for a bounce. But the spread's got to clear up a little bit better. I got to get a little bit better spread with that one. And I'll take like 100 shares or so. There we go. It's a little bit better. All right, I jumped in. My entry is 18. My risk is 11, I think. Maybe 09, actually. And then my reward target is up there to 40, so I like that. We'll see what we get. All right, I'm gonna come back to you because we're getting a squeeze up in this one, Mitch. So I'll put it right back on you, brother.
Not worried about it.
Cool. Oh, I forgot to record this one too. Oops. There we go. All right, so we're up to 32s. I'm up $11 in the CGC trade. Like I said, I'm just trying to take it a little bit slower with this one because the accuracy has just been much worse for me in the morning specifically. What's the spot?
SQ building a nice bullish pattern. Kind of a little flag there, holding there. 80-50s. Risk right now is really that 80-40. But it's a good looking like a good trade today. It does break down. I'll be looking at it. Looks like the SPY is playing games a little bit right here.
Yep.
The real key is it built a lot of volume on that last little quick down move that John was talking about. Let's see if it holds this kind of level above it, that 299.87, and makes its way back down to those 299.66, breaking the 250s, the 299.50s.
Nice,
That's
Scott.
what we want to see break.
Hey, Scott, killing it, man. Nice work by the $300. I gotta look at what that's like. GHSI. Let me check that out. Yeah, look at that move. Red to green, man. Hey, that red to green move worked, brother. Nice work, man. Killing it. Yeah, we'll see what the SPY does here, though. Like Mitch said, the SPY's kind of playing games. What's your trade at, Mitch?
Hanging out, trying to let it break these 30s. I could
Okay.
take profit right here and just take a really quick trade, but that's not what I do. Got to hold out for a little bit longer.
Yeah, kind of the same thing with the CGC here. I could add. I'm thinking about maybe adding a little bit more to this one before this bounce, but I think I'll just let it roll and try to build up a little bit of profit on the day for this one. I like the move, but and so I'm just gonna let it work. See if we get up to 40s. Take a $20-$30 gain from this one. Like I said, I'm you gotta go by what's been working and what hasn't. And for me, morning fades have been faking me out left and right. And including today, I saw a lot of fake outs for fades today. So
All right, guys, gonna cover 400 shares here.
yeah, let me throw you back up. Hold on.
Covered 400 shares. Now I have $37 realized. I have 600 shares left. Let's let these 30s crack here and get into the 20s, and we'll take another little bit here.
Nice work, man.
Yep. That VWAP fade, baby. That bread
Yeah,
and
man.
butter.
Which stock was it?
EMPH. Biggest part of this stock was the daily chart. You guys know how I like to attack daily charts that are on the bullish side, but intraday looking bearish. And that's what I got here. That's what I was able to tackle here.
Nice. All right, so with CGC, it's up to 29s. It's kind of consolidating here. We want to see it break specifically this 35 level.
All right, guys. Took 300 shares off there at 28s. Now I've paid myself $77.50. Now I can let these last 300 shares work. If it does come back to my entry, which is 2041, we will be getting back in this with sizing. We're adding 600 shares back, and we'll tackle it right back down. And if not, we're going to let it keep working and keep building us that maximum potential gain.
Nice work, man. Beautiful drop for you.
Great trade.
Yeah, man. Looks good.
Still looking at Square. That's still holding bullish. I'm going to see right now. I can't get it on the long side because I like to get them at support on the long side. But I'm going to see if it's going to break out here, not break down. Last candle was a Harmy candle. So should get an interesting kind of push here, whichever way it wants to make its move.
All right, so yeah, CGC just quickly reversed here. So I'm probably going to get squeezed out here. I'm going to give it one more second in case it quickly bounces back, but very, very close to exiting this one. But like I said, I kept the risk pretty tight. I'm going to get out here. Oh, no, I added to my position. Oh, man. That is going to frustrate me.
All right.
Yep. So I added 100 shares instead of covering, and now I turned a $13 loss into a $23 loss. It's still small. But I'm so used to shorting that, yeah, when I tried to cover a long position, I just added to it. So it hurts, but I can laugh about it now. And it's still small. So we'll see what else we get today. But Very frustrating trade for me.
Thinking about AMAT here. AMAT looking good here, brother.
But man, I added to it. Ugh. I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, look at AMAT. AMAT does look good there.
I would
It's a little
like it
bit too
here near
close.
the 20s. You could risk up to 46.40. Take half your share size that you normally do, and you got a 60-cent move down.
Yeah, it looks good up here for sure. I like the risk reward definitely.
Square, nice breakout there on Square. We go back to
Mitch.
EMPH and just focus on the stock that I got. But I really do like that AMAT right here near that 20. The closest you can get to 20, that's what I would take it.
No, it's just not my style as much. I think for me, it's just a little bit too squeezish for me. Like I think it could squeeze up too much for me. So
nice. Well, at least we're gonna see the third resistance try here for AMD. It needs to hold the 3405s now for it to be on the long side. If it cracks at 3405, I'll be looking for a rebot reject on that. Getting this bounce here for EMPH, a bounce I expect. I could expect it to 2040s or 2037s. If not, then it can just completely wash out, and I'll just let it wash out there.
yeah, I think what I'm gonna do now, like what I see is like I see a lot of choppiness. Like AMD finally broke above it, so with a lot of this stuff, like specifically AMD looks choppy. CGC kind of faked me out and is just kind of chopping over and under the VWAP, which again indicates choppiness. With at least like with the sectors that I watch, which is mostly microchip and cannabis, and so I'm seeing a lot of choppiness. I think I'm gonna wait and to see if some of these actually pick a trend before I try to attack anymore, because I don't want to do what I did yesterday, which is just kind of keep hammering and trying to attack choppy stocks. And so I think I'm gonna wait a little bit until I find some.
That's fine too. That's actually pretty good decision most of the time. If you're not reading trend, give yourself a second to read trend,
Right.
and then you can start finding some better stocks to trade.
For sure. Yeah, I just need like I said, I need them to pick a trend. Right now I'm seeing most of the stocks that I attack are crossing over and under the VWAP, which again signifies a neutral choppy trend. And so what I really want to see is I want to see them pick a direction and kind of maintain that direction so I can kind of then attack these bounces and fades. And so until then, I think I'm just going to end up getting chopped out a lot. Frustrated. Honestly, I'm still kind of frustrated. And I really don't get frustrated that often trading. But this was just a dumb rookie mistake that I made. And again, it's because I'm so used to shorting that when I tried to cover my long position, I added to it. And then I doubled my loss. But regardless, it's still just over $20. Very small. And so I can't beat myself up too much over it. I just got to be objective.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating,
Yeah, I don't know how I don't make the mistake. I think it's just because I've done both a little bit longer. That's all it is, John.
Yeah.
Since you haven't done both you've only traded both sides for like 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah, it's just been a few. I mean, I've traded long before. Don't get me wrong, but for the past year and a half, it's almost been solely short because that's what
both
works,
sides is really, I think, where the issue's coming from. It's not that you don't know how to trade short. It's not that you don't know how to trade long. It's that when you trade both, you have to really pay attention to what you're doing. Sometimes I have a share short and I have one that's long, so I really got to pay attention to what I'm doing.
Right.
All right, it's looking great there. I tried to get some ad there at 40, but it didn't hit me. It hit 39s and completely rejected. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for this 30 to come in here with big volume. If that happens, we should get a nice breakdown here through the 2020s.
Yeah, Mitch is in ENPH Siesta.
Yep, and killing it. This is as good as it gets right here.
Snap with a really nice VWAP bounce there too. I'm starting to like AMD's breakdown here, or CGC's breakdown, but I'm just gonna wait until we can get a little bit better range play for me to attack. Like I said, let me know. Like how I was watching Tesla and all these other ones. Let me know if you guys see.
That's what I wanted to see, guys. I got my breakdown there. 5,000 shares added there. 26.
My Alexa is talking to me for some random reason.
Oh, Alexa, what's up, babe? Alexa, baby.
Don't talk to my girl like that, Mitch.
That's oh man, the
think
daily
it's
chart
stuck.
supports this move so well. That's the real key. I should have added in that 38, 39, but I mean, I was 1 cent off, so you can't get mad when you don't get filled for 1 cent. I had a limit order out there, just never getting filled.
I'm starting to consider Tesla now, but CGC broke down. This is why I got out of CGC is because once it really maintains this, it kind of put in a VWAP rejection at this point, and so glad I ended up getting out of CGC. I think that was the right move to make. Again, at this point, I don't see anything I really like. Maybe Tesla, maybe, but the problem with Tesla is that it's such a big gap up that I think it actually may be a little extended on the upside now. Let me look at the long-term chart. Yeah, especially with Tesla on the upside. I mean, we'll see. I'll still watch it, but much rather attack like a small share size with Tesla.
AMD holding that what I just called out before. We got a breakout. You want to see it hold VWAP. It held that 3407, broke right back to the top. Let's see if it breaks out there. With EMPH, I could take profit here, but I think this stock has a lot of room to break down more than it has to break out. This stock is on the daily chart, has like 9 or 10 days straight green. And so when you have that kind of straight green, you could have a big pullback. So that's what I'm going to stick in here. I'm going to stick to my average price here. I'm going to give myself a chance to really get a big gain. I've already taken $77 on this trade. I only have 300 shares in here, so from here on out, there's pretty much no risk. I just got to be smart and let this break down if it's going to give me that big gain.
Yeah, he's short in that Sophia. He's short. It was a VWAP fade, is what it was. So he's attacking.
He's short at that first bounce back on that green candle.
I'm kind of looking at Tesla here for a VWAP bounce. If it can pull back to the VWAP at 256, I might take like 10 or 15 shares just to get my feet wet with it and not force anything else. We'll see. All right, so yeah, I'm in with 15 shares of Tesla. Little baby trade, but hey, if I got to get my feet wet and I feel like I want to trade, but I don't want to take a huge risk, I don't mind it. And the range is so big with this one that, I'm okay with it.
Okay. Now we got this coming back to VWAP here. I'm going to let it hit 35 and 36. If it does, I'll hit the add. Risk right now is 41.
Maybe looking at CGC if it can get back up to the VWAP for a rejection type of play. Maybe. Still kind of don't know yet. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of taking it slow right now. I know if you watch the streams and you watch the videos I upload after the streams, I've just been having much better results a little bit late in the morning with these range moves. And so that's kind of what I'm waiting on now. And I don't want to kind of use all my mental capital and my real capital before I kind of catch one of those moves, if I'm going to catch one. If not, I'm okay with taking a little loss on the day. Been a pretty solid few weeks trading, so if I take a few losses, that's okay. Just going to try to make the right decisions, I guess.
All right, give me this one more second here, and I'm going to probably add into it and then hold off that 2040.
Hey,
There we
appreciate
go.
the sub. Appreciate the sub, Joshua. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for hitting that sub button. Yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button. Mitch and I day trade live on stream like this every weekday morning. So hit subscribe if you haven't already. Click the like button if you want to help support us. And yeah, we definitely appreciate any support we can get. So hit that subscribe button.
All right, guys, let's give me this a second here. It's already up at my risk. I need this candle to close here. All right. More than likely getting squeezed out here, AMPH, here, guys. Any shares fill right here. We just got to get out. 5,000 shares at 2044, guys. Be careful with this one.
Here's a nice little squeeze up in
I'm
Tesla.
out. That's a squeeze there in EMPH, guys. They scooped it up there in the 20s. Could watch for a pullback to 35 to go long on it. I don't like to flip trade, so I'll just get off.
Yeah, I think that's
you
the
long
right
traders can watch that one for a red to green move, and the move would be to a pullback here to the 35s, and then from there you can risk to the bottom of the low of the day.
Yeah, so I think that's the right move. You protected yourself in it though. You did a good job, I think.
That's how you do it. $64. Right. I mean, I lost what, $10?
Yep. You
I was
made
at
it
75.
So it's the
and I
biggest
gave myself
thing.
A chance to get 200.
Exactly. You gave yourself the chance, and that's the biggest thing. You know, that's the ideal situation where you know you're going to make money. You can give yourself that bigger chance to make more money, and that's what Mitch did, and he protected himself along the way. And so that's kind of how you got to do it. With Tesla here, we're getting a squeeze up. Like I said, I'm going to risk off of this 65 level now, so my risk is extremely small in this trade relative to the share size I'm using. We want to just see a move back up to this 85 level. We'll see if we get it or not, but it's just a little play trade for me. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm just waiting for some range-bound moves. One that I am looking at is Roku now. Roku's kind of putting in a little bit of a range that I might want to attack here. Like I said, Roku doesn't look bad. What did QCon end up doing? Ooh, look at... Whoa.
I've been watching that one. It's just not back at VWAP.
Yeah.
It's too clean of a breakdown there. What really happened is we actually got down below there for a quite second there on the SPY, but it went right back above that 50. So watch that 50, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at...
Tiva looking good. Tiva looking good. If you like kind of simple ranges to play with the VWAP fade, Tiva in this area here, 795, 794s.
I do like Tiva.
And you got 15-cent reward for a
7-cent risk.
Yeah, 7-cent risk or 5-cent risk right in this area. This is when I would get into it. 794s, 795s. Then you can risk 5 cents up, 15 cents for the profit down. Not a bad. That's what we call 3 to 1. 3 to 1s are the best kinds of trades.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in with 120 shares, so another small trade on my end, just because, like I said, I'm trying to take it. Yeah, I'm trying to take it slow until I find those range bound moves that I've been attacking often lately. So I'm risking $10 in it and just kind of messing around. Not messing around. Don't think I'm not being serious. I'm just taking it slow, trading small until we can until I see something I really like. And so we are getting a squeeze up with Tesla right now, though. It's looking much better. We just want to see that whole dollar break here. There's 13s. Not a bad little trade with 15 shares of Tesla here. $15.
I'm keeping an eye on AMAT here, guys. I'm keeping an eye on AMAT. I feel like it's going to flip right back down and get back down to the lows here. I need it to bounce in the 40s so I can risk off a 50. But it doesn't still look bad here in the 30s. I just need to give myself a little bit more room mix.
All right, Tesla squeezing up to 14, 15. Like I said, not a bad little trade with 15 shares on Tesla.
Come on. Little bounce there. Don't feel like chasing. It might just flush out without me. Got to give it a chance, though.
I'm going to go ahead and get out of Tesla here. So not a bad little $18 gain on that one, man. With 15 shares, I'll take it with 15 shares. I had fun with it. Tesla, yeah, Tiva's right around my exit level. This is like right around there.
Uh, AMAT just washed out on me. Didn't give me a chance. I should have maybe just taken those 32s, but I really try to get my risk really tight a lot of the times, and the reward being really big. This was one of those trades that it was there. Should have taken a 20-cent risk instead of trying to be tight with a 10 to 15-cent risk. But the trade was definitely there. I clearly saw it breaking down there on that Harmy candle at 9.55, and that Harmy candle gives you that reversal signal. You can really go off the high and kind of base your risk right off of that. It wouldn't have been a bad risk, 10-cent risk, anyways. Just didn't get that right entry. I could expect a pop back here to 46.40, but that's only where I can get in.
Hey guys, I'm not trying to brag, but look at that exit on Tesla. Look at that exit, man. I got out at 60. It got up to 76. So almost exactly at the top of that range. All right, I got to get out of Tiva here. Just squeezing up. I'm out. Broke my risk. So made a little bit on the trade. Made about $10 overall with those last two trades. Like I said, I'm just kind of having a little bit of fun here, and fun is the wrong word. Just kind of protecting myself, I guess, a little bit, and not going crazy until I can kind of really attack the range. And like what I really want to see here, like what I usually like to attack is like if you look at Roku or if you look at Tiva here even, like if Tiva gets rejected and comes all the way back down to the bottom of the range here for Tiva, then I can short it risking off of that previous high all day. And same thing with Roku, same thing with a lot of these. And so that's really what I'm looking at. Is I'm looking for it to put in a really obvious high, get rejected, come back down to the bottom of the range, and then short off of that level all day is what I'm looking for. AMD may be a VWAP projection here. AMD may be a VWAP projection.
Oh, it did break down. It did break down.
Yeah, man. Let me see. OSTK. Yeah, OSTK's wow. Look at the red to green move on OSTK this morning. Beautiful red to green move. It's not looking bad. Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out looking for a few stuff here that looks interesting.
Yeah, I kind of missed out on that AMAT entry. Gotta let it go. These are one of those that's a hesitation move, and now I just gotta let it go. It was a really great trade. Would have been a good second trade. Just gotta get off of it.
Yeah, NIO is sideways and low float, or sideways, big float, and small range for me. So it's just not really my style, if I'm being honest.
BGC getting strength there, guys. Cannabis sector getting strength. Good bounce back day for the cannabis sector.
All right, so look, here goes Tiva here. So here goes Tiva. Again, maybe I got stopped out of it. It got up to 06. I'm not going to risk off of 06, though. This is too much risk versus the reward I took. But like I said, if Tiva can come back down to the bottom of this range at the 780s and then do a little bit of a bounce back up at that 795 level, I'll risk off of 806 all day. And that's what I've been doing consistently later on in the market day today. So that's why you see me trading a little bit smaller today, because you know, if I would have done that yesterday, if I would have just taken my time yesterday and not traded as much at first at the open and waited for that, you know, waited for my niche in the market to start happening, then it would have been a green day yesterday. So like that's what I have to focus on today. It's just kind of not spending too much time trading B- setups and just wait for my A pluses is what I'm looking for. All right, so yeah, look, there's the really obvious high at 806. I want to see it drop a little bit more. Like ideally, I want to see it down to like 87, and then I want to see it bounce to 95 where I can jump in short. That's what I'm looking at.
I like PCG here, but I needed it up there at 1810s or 1809s.
Yeah, SQ is just huge squeeze here for SQ. Just big squeeze. Look at Roku's fading here. Roku's right at the VWAP for a fade. Roku is just the range. Like, let me look at my stats here. Yeah, like if I pull out my stats and I go to instrument here, I don't know how well Roku. Yeah, Roku's actually one of the ones that I do the worst on historically. So like, look at my stats. So Roku is one of the ones that I don't do great on actually. So I gotta take that into consideration. Uh-oh, did Hero just talk about trading? What? That is crazy, man. Hero actually said something about trading, man. Somebody, we should save that, man. That's super rare. I mean, Roku's at the VWAP here. It's just got such a big range. It's just been in such a big uptrend too lately. But it's kind of extended. I will give it that. What a risk off of 50 maybe. So my risk would be like 80 cents. So it'd have to be a small trade for sure, with an 80-cent risk. I'm more so actually liking Tiva here. If Tiva can start to move in that range that I was talking about. What's up, Mitch? What you doing, bro?
Stepped away from the computer and I missed that bounce to 1809 on PCG. I would have took that.
Yeah, man.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really sucks. It's one of those entries that I know is perfect, dead on. Nice area. Just gotta let it go now. CODI.
I'm trying to get this so I can throw you up here, but it's not letting me drag this thing anywhere. Maybe, no.
How about you do if you do the active, do you have the video panel? I think you go in more. You could show video panel.
We're going to have to mess with it. There we go. I can bring it down like this and just kind of throw you up. Yeah, there goes Roku squeezing up. It's just why I kind of look at what works and what doesn't, and
AMAT would have been nice. Just gotta let it go.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that rangy move. At this point, though, if Roku does squeeze up and then it comes all the way back down, then I'll definitely consider it a little bit more. Look at SQ, though. Look at that move on SQ, man. Just a big move there. Your cat's gone, man. I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, he's gone. He's out the picture. He was fighting with Marley. They like to fight around,
Yeah.
Brothers.
Alright, let me see.
This CODI trade doesn't seem too bad. The real thing is that it has a lot of consolidation there at the 1940s, has a Harmy on the daily. Squeeze here through 1950s would get you up to 1960s and 1970s. So you have to be tight with your risk if it does go up there to 1960. But I feel like if it could reject here, the move could be a hard move down to 1930s. And then you're going to put pressure on the daily chart. The daily chart has a low yesterday of 1922, and below that all the way down to 1830s.
Right.
I don't feel it's a bad trade.
Well, we got
Slow
a second.
volume.
Well, we do have a second here, guys. TradeNet actually currently has their sale going on, and you get the intro package right now for, I believe it's $379, and so it's super cheap. And it's something we talked about yesterday, but I think it just makes sense. I think TradeNet gets a lot of haters. I think most of the time it's because people sign up and then they lose their funded account, and they're kind of too immature to kind of blame themselves, which they really should blame. And so they kind of just attack the broker, but there's a lot of big benefits for new traders specifically using TradeNet. One of them is that it's cheaper. It's just a cheaper option when you first get started. And I will say this, and new traders need to listen to me. You're probably going to lose your first account. Regardless of where you deposit your money your first time, you're probably going to lose that first account. It's just an inconvenient truth in trading. Most traders are going to lose their first account. I know I did. I know Mitch did. Every trader I've ever known has lost their first account. I don't care what these gurus are going to tell you. I don't care if these gurus are going to tell you if you buy their course, you'll be rich in a week. I don't care if they're going to tell you if you just buy their course.
There it goes.
they've got the secret strategy that'll teach you how to make millions in a week. They're all going to say that. They just want you to spend $5,000 on their course. But the truth is, most of the time, new traders are going to lose. And that's just the truth. You got to learn how to trade. You got to pay your market tuition. But where TradeNet specifically shines is because for less than $400, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. You get 14K in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule, so you can day trade as much as you want, and you can actually short stocks, which is super rare for less than $2,000, really. And commissions are cheap if you use small sizing. They're less favorable if you use larger sizing, but if you use less than 300 shares, like if I buy 50 shares, my commission is like $4, $3. It's like $3 to $5 for a round trip. For an entire round trip in and out, it's like $3 or $4. And so it's super cheap, and it just makes sense. Your only thing you're risking, again, I think most traders are going to lose their first account. With TradeNet as well, I think most traders are going to lose their first TradeNet funded account as well. But it allows you to get your feet wet in trading without necessarily risking a ton, because most new traders are going to lose. And I think it just makes sense risk-reward wise. It also comes with a trading course and chat room for less than $400. And so if you want to check this out, I'll post this link. Like I said, they have a sale right now. Intro package is usually $500. If you go through this link, you get it for $379, I think.
A little disturbed there. I keep being like a second or two late to entries. Easy move there, Momo. Reading the SPY, breaking down that 299.50 that we talked about pre-market. Now you should really see that those stocks kind of take that downturn. I clearly saw it there in Momo. Could have got a good entry there at 32.20s, 22s, and could have risked off the 30s. Looking to go ahead and see it if anything else is at VWAP. Missing that one by 10 cents.
Yeah, I mean, misses is gonna happen, brother. Don't.
Oh, I know. I'm just getting in that where it's like the last 3 or 4 stocks. I've been just a couple seconds late. PCG, AMAT, now Momo. So just gotta hang tight. Just wait, because this is when I start making impulsive decisions. And as a trader, you need to know when you get impulsive.
Yep.
So now, whenever I have hesitations, I always have a tendency of ending up chasing the next stock. So that's why my hands are nowhere near the keyboard. You could look at my video, nowhere near the keyboard. Hands off. Just got to relax and focus in again and try to find the right trade versus trying to push.
I think most do, Robert, but you would have to ask them. Because, yeah, you want to reach out to them and ask them, because I think most people do. I think what they do with a lot of people is they make them take the course and they make them paper trade. You also get a free demo account for like 2 weeks when you sign up. And like I said, I think for that bundle, TradeNet gets a lot of hate, but I think 2 months of a paper trading platform is going to cost the same as an intro package on TradeNet. And at least with the intro package on TradeNet, you have the potential to make money. It comes with 2 weeks of a demo account anyway. You get a trading course, access to the trading chat room, and like I said, if you're approved, you get the funded account. But I think most people are approved. It just depends on. You would want to reach out to them and ask them. If you already have an account with them, I mean, you already got it. I think you can sign up for 2 intro packages, but over that, I think you have to move up to the next account. Which one are y'all talking about, Scott? What stock? You're out of trades. All right, so yeah, I'm looking at Tiva here, risking off of that 805 level that I talked about, that 806, 805 level. Okay, so Richard, so the first thing wrong with your statement is that it's not your money. So this is how it works, right? And you want to reach out to them. It's the best way. I might explain it wrong. I don't know. But it's not a deposit. It's a prop firm, basically. And that's like the sign-up fee is like very similar to a prop firm, basically. And so it's not a deposit. You're not actually depositing that $500 or $379 or $400 or whatever it is. You're not actually depositing that into an account. You are paying for that package, which is an educational package, and then most people get approved for the funded account, but you are paying for that package. Okay, and so once you start trading with your account, I think you can get a refund for it all the way up to when you start actually trading with the funded account. But once you start trading with the funded account, it's not, you're not going to be able to get a refund after that. But it's very similar to a prop firm, and there's a 70-30 profit split with their base package, I believe. And so basically, you pay for the package, you pay for it, it's not a deposit. If I bring the account up from $14,000 to $15,000 and make $1,000 effectively in profit, I keep 70% and they keep 30%. And so it's a profit split like a prop firm. And that's kind of how a prop firm operates, is that there's a profit split. They supply you with the buying power and leverage and platform, and you split your profits with them. But they only take it out of profits that you make. And so they're not going to start taking that out of losses if you're down on the account. And it's also, there's a $700 max loss. And so if you go under $13,300 in equity with the intro package, they close you down. And you can always sign up again. You can sign up twice for the intro package. But I think for most people at least. Best, like I said, none of this is 100%. You want to reach out to them and ask them. This is just my understanding of it. And I've been using them for over a year now. And so I probably have more experience. Let's say I have $500 of money in the account and I make a great trade using $14,500 and I profit $2,000 on the trade. That would be correct. You keep $14,000 of that profit only if it's above the original $14K they give you. And they would keep $600. So yeah, 70-30 profit split. That's correct. And like I said, y'all want to sign up. Maybe I'm biased because I post links for them. It's also a great way to help support the channel though. But if you want to check out the sale, like I said, you get the intro package. Again, if you really think about it, though, like your max loss is $700, and you're paying $379 through this link. And so it's like you're almost getting twice as much than in max loss versus what you're paying for it. And so I think it makes sense. All right, so with Roku, there's the link for the sale if you want to check that out again. Yeah, I'm looking at Roku and Tiva at this point. Roku and Tiva is what I'm really looking at. If Roku can get back up to 1095, I will risk off of that 1130 level all day. And I'm really starting to consider Tiva here as well, because this is kind of the strategy that I like. Let me see. I'm going to get in with 200 shares of Tiva here. And again, I'm looking for this 780 level down here. And my risk is probably up here, maybe at 802, maybe at 805. See, I don't know. I might have jumped into this one a little bit early.
Ooh, SPY wash down to the next support there, guys. Now down below that next support, 299.20.
Whoa, yeah.
SPY washing out.
Hit. Wow.
That's why I use the 15 minutes, guys. All you see is nothing but red for the day instead of seeing the 5 minute or the 1 minute where you see nothing but kind of bounces and you just get faked out. You think it's going to go up for a second, then it comes right back down. You think it's going to go up for a second, it comes right back down. That's not the way to look at the SPY, guys. You need to look at the SPY in a bigger time frame so that you don't get fooled.
Yep.
It clearly shows you the bear pattern that's been since 11 a.m. yesterday. Since 11 a.m. yesterday, we've gotten a bearish pattern that broke the 30-40. And we haven't looked back. We got a down one, up one, down two, up two, down three. Today it tried to bounce, tried to get above 300 again. Couldn't even make it there. It only made it up to, what's the high there? 299.93. As soon as it rejected off that level, showing you that strong bearish sign with a whole bunch of volume coming in at the open, it has held VWAP and just keeps going down there to the support, breaking the 299.50s. And now going down to the next support. This is why we range-bound trade.
Yeah, we take advantage of those moves. So Tiva's squeezing up. I'm looking for Roku to bounce up here. But yeah, Tiva, my last risk is this $8, really 801 level. But as you can see, I've kept my risk pretty small on the day, all things considered with everything. And so I I'm trading how I want to, and maybe the squeeze is a little bit too much. I'm still waiting for Roku to bounce up there. Maybe AMD as well, but AMD is just a little bit too choppy, I think, for me right now. We'll see if Roku gives it to me or not. But yeah, I'm keeping my risk under, for the most part, pretty small today. And so I'm just going to look to keep attacking, the stuff that works for me, and it's still a little bit early for those. So we'll see what happens. Usually, I think most of my trades have been at like 10 o'clock, believe it or not. So a little bit different than how I usually trade. But again, we're going to wait for that Roku bounce up here to the 90s. And I'm just holding a small position in Tiva here. But yeah, this arrow is really where we want to get in for 88. And I might add a little bit to Tiva here to try to give myself a better average. And again, I'm just going to keep risking off of that 803 level. I do want to get this up so where I can trade both of these at the same time if I want to with Roku if we do get a quick bounce. And so let me try to bring this down a little bit.
Not really seeing anything else. Might end the day with that one trade.
Yeah, it was a good trade.
APHA shooting out there. Could look for the cannabis stocks to get some good lift there.
There we go. That should work so you can see both, and I can still jump in both of these. All right, so Roku. All right, so Tiva's squeezing up. Like I said, I'm just going to keep with that pretty tight risk at, let's see, 803 or so is what I'm sticking with. We'll see. I'm still waiting for that bounce up in Roku. It's pretty range bound now. Tiva is just, I don't really trade Tiva that much. I just don't like how this one moves as much with longer term fades. It's just not really my style of trading it, but we'll see. All right, there's 02, getting pretty close to my risk level. And it looks like Roku may squeeze out a little early. But I don't mind this move in Roku. And again, I might close down the stream a little bit in a minute, depending on if this Tiva trade works. And then if I do decide to get in something else with Roku, like if it does bounce up to the 110.90, I'll record that trade and upload it kind of like I've been doing. But we're going to give Tiva a chance here. But again, it's confirmed that previous risk I gave myself. And so we're just going to stick with that. In it with 300 shares. And so we'll see what happens. How long do you guys normally trade on these live streams? Most of the time it's a few hours. Like most of the time I close it down by 9:30, 10. And so, it just depends. Most of the time the stream lasts on average for 2.5 to 3 hours is, I'd say, average time length for the streams is 2.5 to 3 hours, Right, so the biggest thing I have to look for with Roku, if it does get up to 91, again, I can risk off of that 31 level all day. So my risk is around 40 cents. My reward level is much bigger than that at about 90 cents. And so it's better than 2 to 1 for Roku. And again, it's kind of the same pattern I saw yesterday. And I really don't mind if this one ends up coming back down to the low of the day before bouncing back up here. As long as it maintains in that kind of rangy type of pattern, then that's really kind of what I'm looking for here. And so we'll see. All right, and so Tiva actually came right up to my risk, and it's back down to 98 now. My entry with this one looks like it's about 95. Yeah, so my entry is right at the VWAP right here. So not a bad little entry there. Yeah, just kind of waiting. AMD's back at the VWAP too, and it's kind of rangy today, but it's a little bit too choppy for me for AMD. Sophia said, "So Mitch, what would you do with the SPY? Is it too late to get in short? Short the SPY?
Yeah, you could get a strong bounce back to 299.55 where the VWAP is. So I would definitely not recommend that.
Also, guys, go check out Trade Ideas. Best scanners in the game by far. Super dynamic, customizable scanners. They're really how I find all these gappers every day. And so if you want to check out the scanners, there's the link in the chat. Nightbot just posted the link. So go check them out. Best scanners in the game by far. And there's a reason that most of the big-time traders use Trade Ideas. Like I said, because they're the best scanners in the game by far. And so go check them out. There's the link.
EMP8 setting up for a nice breakout here. A nice squeeze breakout. I'm keeping an eye on it, seeing if it's going to get that volume to squeeze here. It's gotten a lot of volume in 2040s. 2050s right above it. If you look at the 5-minute, you'll see a bigger time long pattern holding well here, building a lot of volume there, the 2030s and 2040s. So this is what I'm really paying attention to, the longer term long on EMPH. Remember how I talked about earlier when I first traded this, guys? I said that I'm trading this on an intraday short pattern, but that on the long-term macro daily chart, it still looked long. And so those are the ones that I like to tackle on the quick shorts. And then I'm also looking to see if, hey, maybe there's traders behind this stock that are really holding it up and really buying up the bottom, what we call bag buyers. Those bag buyers eventually cause the stock to squeeze.
All right, we got a nice drop here for Tiva. Look at this drop. So this is what I talk about. It put in the range, it put in the super obvious high, and now the trade's actually really easy. If it comes back down to the low, we're just going to try to rinse and repeat these moves. But now the trade, like I said, it's super easy trade at this point. Put in that super obvious confirmation in the top, and so I can just let it work here. We'll see what happens. It could bounce right here. It could bounce up here, but again, I'm just going to maintain that 803 risk. Is a solid risk level. I'm just going to keep.
Oh, it's my baby.
Which
It's
one?
my baby AMRN. I didn't even look at her today. That's what happens. You don't look at your baby. That's what she does to you.
She does it without you.
Yep,
Yeah, that was a good one.
Does it without you, man.
That was a good one, man.
Don't give her love. She does it without you, brother.
That was a good one, though. I like that one. For Eddie Warren. Looks good.
Oh yeah, that's just lovely.
Solid.
Lovely move.
Yeah, so right now I'm just trying to be patient with Tiva here. Again, I mean, I got the obvious risk level to where I'm not really worried about it either way. If it stops me out, it's just going to be small. What I'm more so watching now is Roku if I want to attack that range-bound move that I've been kind of talking about here. We need it up to the 80s or 90s at least. If it gets up to 80s, I could start to scale into it. But the main entry is going to be 95, maybe the whole dollar. So we're just going to try to be patient and wait. We'll see.
All right, guys, thinking about risking 13 cents here on IOVA. It's a low volume mover, but has a good potential to move back down 30 to 40 cents. Risk would be 10 cents or 12 cents. Considering it here, but trying to let it decide. They can get to 70 and then reject. We have the pre-market low right there at 24.82. I've seen it break down the support there at 24.70s, come down to 24.26. Yep, looks like I missed it. Talking too dang much. instead of taking the trade.
I mean, it's all right, man. It happens, brother.
Yeah, I'm done for the day, guys. That's fourth hesitation for the day. I'm not on point. Not taking the trades I should have taken. Right there would have been a beautiful trade. 24.68. Risk off of 24.80s. IOVA. VWAP fade. Could have nailed it. Now I just got to let it go. Not chase here and get in here at 60s and risk 20 cents. Definitely realizing that I'm not on point. I'm just going to end the day, guys.
Yeah, man. I might close it down pretty shortly here as well. Especially if I get squeezed out of Tiva, I'll probably close it down. And maybe I'll take another range-bound plate. I just got to wait for it to happen. At this point, it's taken a while to even find some of these range-bound moves. It's the middle of the week, and so it might be a little slow and dull today, which is to be expected. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I might set a stop-loss for Tiva, too, at 8:03. We'll see. Maybe look for some options plays today. That might be fun. And so, yeah. I'll probably end up closing it down here too, guys. I'll update you guys and try to make a video about what happens. Like I said, if I get stopped out of this Tiva trade, I'm going to be down. Let's see. About $45 on the day. So small loss. But yeah, hasn't been the best week so far. It's been kind of losing this week, which is okay. You know, like I said, if you look at my chart here in my graph, this type of stuff happens. Well, I got to be careful with Tiva. But yeah, if you look at my chart here in graph, like this type of stuff does happen. And sometimes you're going to get, you know, pullbacks. I'm trying to look at the... Okay, yeah. Sometimes you're going to get pullbacks like this, you know, to where you're going to have a few bad weeks, and that's okay. You know, every day is not a winning day. And, you know, don't listen to the gurus if they try to tell you that every day is a winning day, because it's just not. And so good luck for the rest of the day, guys. I'll let you guys know what happens. I am recording this one now. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what happens with this one. Again, if I get stopped out, I'll be down like $40-45 for TEVA. And if Roku gets up here, I'll probably end up taking this one as well if I'm still here. So that's what I'm looking at now. Honestly, TEVA is not looking that great. And so we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and set a stop for it at 8:03. I'll set 8:04. But yeah, guys, go check out TradeNet. Like I said, they do have their sale going on right now where you can get the intro package for $379. It's super cheap, and again, I think it just makes sense for new traders. I think that most new traders are going to lose their first account regardless of where they go, and I think TradeNet and the whole bundle that they offer is just a much cheaper option. You know, you actually have the potential to make a decent amount of money with them once you really learn how to trade, but when you first get started, you know, you have to... I think, in my opinion at least, you should trade small. And on TradeNet, you can actually do that because commissions are cheap if you use small sizing. The platform's decent. There's no PDT rule. You get a decent amount of buying power. And, yeah, I think it just makes a lot of sense. And so if you want to check them out, great way to help support the channel as well. I'll post that link here so you can go check out the new sale they have going on. And, yeah, guys, we'll see what happens. I'll update you. I'm recording these trades, so I'll update you guys on what happens with these. Also, if you want a full walkthrough, you can look in the chat there. Look at the Nightbot post that he put, the post that Nightbot put out there. It's a complete walkthrough of TradeNet where I break down the pros and cons because there are some cons, specifically with penny stocks. Most penny stocks are not tradable on TradeNet and TEFs, and so you do want to understand that before you sign up, that you're not going to be able to trade most penny stocks. I still think it makes sense. I find plenty of stocks to trade, as you can see, but if you're a sole penny stock trader, I think it might not be the right one for you. And so, like I said, help support our channel. Go check them out. There's the links. And honestly, guys, go check out our website as well. You know, Mitch and I have tons of free content on our website. We have strategy sections. We have broker reviews where we break down no PDT rule brokers. We have our free trading camp. We have a free trading course right now. We have about 17 or 18 classes uploaded to YouTube. But we also have those classes on our website. A lot of free content. Everything we put out there is free. We don't charge for anything. We just try to put all the free. We try to be the anti-guru in the trading world, if that makes sense. And so there's the link if you want to check that out. Go check out Trade Ideas, best scanners in the game. And I'll post that link one more time. And then, yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. We'll see you all a little bit later.
Definitely, traders, take it easy. Always keep working at your craft, and at the end of the day, realize that it's always a system. I talk about it endlessly, and I'll continue talking about it. It's a system that gives us the profits. It's no more skill level than John or I have over you. The only thing we're doing is trading a system.
That's right. Systems win. Later, guys. Good luck. Have a good day. We'll see you all a little bit later. I'll update a video. Like I said, usually around 4 o'clock is when I upload these videos, maybe 4:30. And so I'll try to do that today. And yeah, have a good day, guys. We'll see you a little bit later. Appreciate the sub, Uway. Hey, yeah, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. We day trade live on stream every weekday, so hit the sub button. Click the bell. If you click the bell next to the subscribe button, it will alert you every single time we go live. We go live every weekday. And yeah, click that like button if you want to help support us. Later, guys.